What is up, guys? Welcome back to more games, and today we are once again here back in PlanetCoaster with my Poseidon build from Tower Unite. Now, if you're not familiar with this build, I would definitely recommend going checking out episode 1 of this series. The link should be in the top right hand corner of the video right now, or you can find the link in the description. That video will explain everything to do with this build and all the necessary information you need to know about today's episode. So in today's episode we are going to be continuing on with this build. I'm going to start working on the station today, and then we will hopefully get the station done by today's episode. So a little bit of a different format for today's video. We're going to do some real-time build to begin with, and then we're going to go into a time lapse towards the end of the video. Hopefully you guys like this new format. If you do, let me know in the comment section. If you don't, that's totally fine. Let me know also in the comment section. And you know, it's just it's a game of trial and error with this whole YouTube thing to see what works and what doesn't. So if you don't like it, please do let me know, and vice versa as well. So we're going to jump straight in today, and we're going to start working on the station. Now I do have a reference image, although terrible quality. I will try and find a better one for you, and I'll plonk that on the screen so you guys know exactly what I'm going for in today's build. So we're going to shut this coaster off. For whatever reason that's still running, we'll just pause the game here because we don't want that running while we're building. I'm actually going to turn the sound on for once so you guys can hear the lovely sounds of PlanetCoaster. I don't usually do that, but seeing as we're doing some real time, why the hell not? So we're going to jump straight in and start building on this station. Now, this station does have some supporting beams on the backside of the station right about here, and I think what I'm going to use for that is some steel beams if I can find them. I think they're actually called iron girders. So let's see, are they in here? No, it doesn't look like it. They're probably over in scenery. So let's find some iron girders. Here we go. Now, this building does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 11, 12 of these. So we need to start working with these to begin with, because these are going to be kind of our reference points for the rest of the building. So we need to make sure we line these up pretty much perfectly to where they need to go, and this will help us with the rest of the build. So that looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to flip this over to 45 degrees. Now these pillars are like a silvery color, so I'm going to change these to this lovely grey color here, which kind of looks very similar to what we're going for. So let's spin these around this way as well. And this one here does come in just a tad, so we'll put that about here. Like so. Okay, so let's raise her up like this. Now I want to separate these with a proper distance, so I'm actually going to use another one of these as like a reference here, and hopefully we get our spacing correct with this. So put another one here. And then we also have another gap in between these ones here, but these gaps are smaller, so I'm going to use one of these small ones as a reference for this one. And hopefully we can replicate this all the way across. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these double sections, so hopefully we can get 5 in with decent enough spacing. If not, we're just going to have to tweak the whole system that we've got going here. That's not too much of a problem. If the system's out a little bit and the spacing's not good enough, then that's fine. We can just go about fixing that. But I want to make sure that our spacing's even the whole way across to begin with, because like I said in the last episode, if your spacing's off or your angles are off, you're going to have problems later on. So you want to make sure that all your spacings are right to begin with. Lots of clonking going on with these steel beams. Okay, so that's now 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got one more of these to go, which will take us a little bit further out, which is great. So let's grab our last spaces. And we can now duplicate you, sir. Move you across. Now we do need one final space for our singular steel beam at the end. So we'll stick you there. There we go. So you now have all our spaces in place for our rather large station, but it is accurate to the one that we're replicating, or at least accurate enough. So there we go. So that is the beginning of our station here. So we are now going to head over to a time-lapse build, and hopefully by the end of today's video we will have finished this section of the station. So stay tuned for the time-lapse, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video.
Song S-O-N-G-I spelling begin. First rhythm.
Alright guys, so we are back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that time-lapse video. We have now nearly completed the station here. I do need to go back into Tower Unite, get a few more pictures, reference images, just because my images that I already have are a bit dark and I can't really see too much. But this is pretty much the normal shape of the station that is there for Poseidon the ride over in Tower Unite. We haven't started yet with the Greek style building here. We will start working on that and the rest of the buildings along here in the next episode. So during the next episode we should get this section complete, and there is like a huge entrance to this section of the ride as well, which I'm planning to build. It's really awesome looking. It has some really nice arches, but that's going to take quite a while to complete. Other than that, we've added all of the trees that are placed around the ride. So the only other thing to do other than these buildings and the main gates is to delete these standard structure supports, and build our own, because these ones, there's just way too many of them. They don't look good. So I'm going to build the supports myself according to how many and where they're placed over in Tower Unite. So that's going to be really cool. So we probably have maybe 2 more episodes of Poseidon Coaster to go, and then we should be complete, and then it'll be POV time and you guys can let me know what you think. So we're getting pretty close. This section of the park is looking really good. It's a really huge section, as you can see. It's right here next to the main gates of the park here, so it takes up quite a chunk of space. But it's really nice. It fits in really well. Of course, we have our factory here. I forgot what it was called then for a second. We've got our factory here, which I may actually like shimmy across a little bit this way, so there's not so close to this section. But I'm sure we can get some trees in there to hide that up. So this section of the park still needs to be finished. We also have our like fairground section, which we're still working on. So obviously I've done the water ride here and the Helter Skelter for that. Still a few more flat rides to go there, and of course this big one over here, which is our Hot Wheels coaster, which is yet to be completed. This is a huge time sink. I'm currently struggling for time at the moment, so this is kind of on the back bench for a week or so, but we should get back into this in a week, and hopefully we can get the next episode of that. You guys absolutely loved that. I think we hit like 6,000 views on that first video, so we got to keep working on this, get this complete, so you guys can see that when it's completed. But yeah, that's pretty much it for updates in this park as well. This section over here, obviously our pirate section, coming along really nicely. We haven't actually worked on this area for a long time, so we'll be back in there in a week or so as well. So tons and tons of things to do. Still got the main gates to do and finish the hotel as well. But Livestream Park is coming along really nicely. So if you're not actually followed me over on Twitch yet, I would recommend you do so. This is where I stream this park. I have been slacking a little bit on the streams lately, but we should be starting again during this week at some point. So there we go. Links to my Twitch are in the description. Come on over when I'm live and say hi. That'd be awesome. But that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you thought of this new format in the description below. Let me know what you think of this format in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.